Okay, I'm here with congressional candidate Chad Connelly. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're qualified for the position?
Sure. Chad Connelly grew up in a little town called Prosperity, South Carolina. Been a lifelong South Carolinian. Went to Clemson, got my degree in engineering. Went in the Army for a time, and then served in the South Carolina Army National Guard. Worked as an engineering consultant, working for a company called PSI, Professional Service Industries. Moved up the corporate ladder. Ended up being the youngest senior division manager in PSI's history. Ran all of South Carolina and also the Augusta, Georgia office, which is where I actually started for them, and managed about 100 employees in 8 offices. Did well, but about the time my dad lost a career to downsizing, it just kind of shook me up to a point. I wanted my own business, so started my first of my businesses I've run in the early '90s. Found out that I could speak, and I was passionate about, especially Christians not being involved in the process. Even though that's been my job the last 3.5 years when I worked for the RNC, I've been doing it for a long, long time. Just frustrated that people, conservative people, excuse me, that loved our nation really weren't engaged at the level they should have been. And so when I married Michelle out of college, we didn't really want to be in politics. We just want to be involved. We want to make a difference. And so we helped out with campaigns, people that we liked. We knocked doors, we waved signs, we did phone banking, stuff like that. Never formal. Wrote my book on American Christian history and free enterprise called Freedom Tide in 2002. Ran for state senate for the special election to replace Andre Bauer. Lost. Realized it was really, and there's a whole story there. I do when I give my testimony in churches, but it was really about obedience and doing what was I was called to do. It wasn't about winning. And so life was good, and actually spoke a lot more after that. Sold more books than I probably ever would have. Got to speak in front of thousands of people. And then, of course, my wife passed away tragically. God intervened. Met a great girl named Dana who was widowed by suicide, like I was, and she had the two girls, had the two boys. So we put a family together, kept speaking, just conservative issues, life mostly, free market stuff. I did some attitude motivation speaking for a living, sell my book and whatnot, and then also on things like school choice and more conservative issues. And then, of course, ran for state party chairman in 2011. Put me in the spotlight. Justin, you remember, we were first in the South primary, brought in $50 million to South Carolina with no tax dollars spent. But I was the one fussing at Chairman Priebus. No, wasn't his fault. The Romney people left out the faith vote completely. Didn't spend a dime on any category that you try to name of a faith group. They spent no money communicating with us. And I was actually teaching a book called Think Like Jesus in my Sunday school class.